Cost them 2 points, valuable 2 points against Luton. And Gabs, we can talk about this decision until we're blue in the face, because me and you actually don't agree on it, which I kind of amazed at, really, considering how bad we think VAR as a collective. I just don't know where we're going with VAR right now, because we're giving them the opportunity, and you can back in the day before VAR, referees made bad decisions. We had to accept it because the man on the pitch making a decision, whether you liked it or not, and there was grey areas and there was problems, and you say, right, yeah, but you know what, you accepted it and you moved on. Yeah. This, I think, what the fans are getting the ump about, one, VAR is killing the game because it's slowing everything down. Players can't celebrate goals anymore. They're looking like they want to chalk things off. But when you've got someone at Stockley Park who's not in the game, who's not emotionally involved in the game, who sat there with 2 or 3 people and 5 or 6 screens and all this technology, and they're coming to decisions like that, when every single player that I know, and especially the manager, looking at it going, oh, come on, mate, how is that not a foul? How's that not a foul? And we're seeing it every single week, Gabs. Like, something's got to change.
I think this incident, I feel that there's going to be more people that will say, you know what, it should have been a foul. But there will be people like myself that will say, you know what, keepers get away with it too much, old school, blah, blah, blah. But let's go to Gusto today. It's a red card. Gusto's challenge today. Chelsea game against Fulham should have been a red card. Yeah, we've seen it in previous weeks, a red card. That's the consistency. It's like it's a high foot. Why is it not a red card? Even Pochettino said.
Seen it, though,
Pochettino said it probably should have been a red card. Even the manager saying it. So like that. The problem is, though, like you just says, is that different referees are going to be in the VAR room, and they've all got different opinions. So it's never going to change. We're never going to get this right, because VAR isn't a computer that's going to give the exact right answer. It's just another referee giving his opinion. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, but he's got 5 screens in front of him.
I know.
And they're still coming to decisions where you're scratching your head.
Yep. I think that was the Brentford-Wolves game where the Wolves player got sent off and the Brentford player had exactly the same challenge.
Oh, look at Calvert-Lewin against for Everton the other week. And that got rescinded, but it ended up Everton had to hang on and get a point. But, they're having to come out and is basically say, oh, the VAR have got it wrong. Yeah. And people start to say, well, hold on a minute.
Maybe the VAR in that game...
6 TVs to look at.
Maybe the VAR in that game, wherever it is, maybe he played rugby all through school and doesn't even know the rules of football. It's what we're dealing with. Maybe some of the referees that are in there don't really understand the game of football. What would be a red card? Me and you would never say Calvert-Lewin should have been sent off. Not in a million years.
But, we're talking about highly... trained individuals that are in these rooms. You're not getting idiots in there. These people know what they're doing. They know the rules. They know what they've got to go through, the processes and all that. And they're coming to decisions that is costing teams potentially Premier League survival. And as Vincent Kompany was coming out in his interview, I thought he was really honest. And everyone's scared to get a fine these days, so they have to be politically correct with their answers. But I think a lot of them now are getting to the point where they're like, hold on a minute. Where are we going with this? Because we're going to have one day, as he said, we're going to have one day talking about it, and then nothing happens. And I get an apology next week, and I might get a feature on the VAR masterclass that they stick on Sky and talk about how bad their decisions are. And, and poor Burnley go and get relegated again after they spend a load of money, come up, and decisions like that cost them. And that was a 6-pointer that game last night. But massive game.
You could get now in the second half of Newcastle versus Manchester City, you could get Isak standing in front of the keeper, do the exact same thing, and the goal's not given, chalk it off. That's the problem, is that there's no consistency. No. 99% of the time, I agree, that goal would have been disallowed, foul on the keeper, 100% agree. I feel that you've got to be consistent in what you're doing. Trafford 100% thinks this has never been a goal.
None of them celebrated.
Yeah.
They didn't celebrate the Luton players because they knew. They were like, that's a foul. Yeah. It's a foul. So, how are they coming in? What do you think we're going to get to a point where there's going to be protests in terms of fans, players, managers, where you say we don't want it anymore? We want to get rid of it. But do you think we could get rid of VAR?
No, but don't you think the most important thing that everyone agrees with is the offside?
Yeah, offside.
Maybe handballs, you can say, but going back and getting involved. Do you know what I mean? It was good old days, Jamie, where after the game we do an interview and you're like, I can't believe the ref today. Mike Dean cost us today, Mike Dean. Every week, Mike Dean cost my team. But you'd be like having to go to the ref, but the referee decision. Now you're getting VAR who are like making it worse. They're not even like helping the referees because their opinion's worse than the one the referee give on the pitch.
Yeah. I mean, I could accept bad decisions back in the day. You know, that was part and parcel. It kind of leveled out over the season. But when you've got all this technology and you're slowing the game down and it's not as enjoyable to watch for the fan that's going there and paying good money, you know, it's expensive to go and watch Premier League football, and they're getting decisions like this wrong, and you end up going, you know, what's the point? Fans are turning away, Gabs. Fans are actually turning away from it.
To be fair, I wouldn't like to play with it now because when you scored a goal, mate, that screamer you scored against West Brom.
Yeah, and
you keep going on about it. You
don't have half your goals.
You can go celebrate, though.
You was offside every week.
No, but that goal you scored, right, that screamer, you know it's a goal. Because you can look quickly, glance at the linesman, no flag up. I can go run into the away fans and celebrate. Now, you're going to look like a donut. Imagine you're a player, you do the Klinsmann, you go and grab a top from the bench, you put a top on to celebrate. Oh, VAR. Someone fouled someone 3 minutes ago.
Yeah. I've actually got the Aston Villa all-time Premier League goal scorers. You are number one on this list. And I've just chucked it in the computer, and VAR have come back, chalked off 47 of your goals. So you're now down to 13th, below Dean Saunders, Ashley Young, Ian Taylor, Lee Hendry, and Dalian Atkinson. So
Bosco Balaban, Savo Milosevic.
Oh, dear.
It does make you think, though, if you look back at some of the goals you scored, and you probably would have been a little incident that would have VAR would have called a goal off, 100%.